In the heart of the shimmering savannah, where the sun kissed the earth with golden hues and the wind whispered secrets through the tall grasses, lay the kingdom of Azania. King Zuri, a wise and just ruler, reigned over his people with a gentle hand, but a shadow lingered over his heart. He had no heir, no child to inherit his throne and carry on the legacy of Azania. The whispers of the court, like the rustling of dry leaves, spoke of the king's sorrow, and the joy of the kingdom seemed to dim with each passing year. The royal elders, their faces etched with the wisdom of ages, consulted the village diviner, Mama M. Lima. Mama M. Lima, her eyes like pools of ancient knowledge, spoke in riddles and proverbs, her voice resonating with the spirits of their ancestors. The baobab tree does not choose its successor, she declared, her voice echoing with the power of the ancestors, but the wind carries the seed to fertile ground. A warrior queen shall be born, a daughter of the sun, and only the man who can defeat her in battle, not with steel, but with the strength of his heart, shall claim her hand. King Zuri, though perplexed by the prophecy, held onto the glimmer of hope it offered. He had always believed in the wisdom of the elders and the power of the diviners. And so, under the watchful eyes of the moon and the blessings of the ancestors, Queen Abeni, Zuri's beloved wife, gave birth to a daughter, a princess named Aena. Aena, from the moment she opened her eyes, seemed to radiate the strength and spirit of a lioness. Her cries were strong, her gaze was piercing, and her tiny hand gripped her mother's finger with surprising force. As Aena grew, she blossomed like a rare desert flower, beautiful and resilient. She trained in the ancient arts of combat, her lithe form moving with the grace of a gazelle and the power of a charging buffalo. She learned to wield a spear with deadly accuracy, to wield a shield as if it were an extension of her own body, and to wrestle with the strongest warriors in the kingdom. Her tutors were the most skilled warriors Azania had to offer, and she surpassed them all in skill and strategy. She mastered the art of the bow and arrow, her aim as true as the flight of a hawk. She learned the secrets of the healing herbs from the village medicine woman, Mama Ife, and could mend wounds as swiftly as she could inflict them. But Aena was not just a warrior. She possessed a heart as vast as the savannah sky. She cared for the sick, shared her food with the hungry, and listened to the woes of her people with genuine empathy. She would often visit the village elders, listening to their stories and learning the history of Azania. She learned the intricate art of weaving from the women of the village, creating beautiful tapestries that depicted the legends of her people. She was loved by all, not just for her strength, but for her kindness and compassion. She was a princess of the people, as much as she was a princess of the court. News of Aena's prowess as a warrior spread far and wide, carried on the winds like the seeds of the baobab tree, reaching the ears of kings and warriors from distant lands. Many came to Azania, eager to test their strength against the warrior princess, hoping to win her hand in marriage and claim the throne. Kings arrived with armies, their banners flapping in the wind, their intentions clear. Warriors came alone, seeking glory and the hand of the famed princess. Some came with gifts of gold and jewels, others with promises of power and alliances. But one by one, they fell before her skill and determination. Some were defeated by her lightning-fast spear, others by her unbreakable defense, and still others by her sheer willpower. Aena never took joy in defeating her challengers. She fought with honor and respect, always offering her hand to help her fallen opponents rise. After each battle, she would tend to their wounds, offering them food and drink before they departed. Aena, despite her victories, grew weary of the constant challenges. She longed for a different kind of love, one that saw beyond her strength, one that cherished her spirit and her heart. She yearned for a connection that was deeper than the clash of swords and the roar of battle. She dreamed of a love that was as gentle as the evening breeze and as strong as the roots of the ancient baobab. One day, a young man named Chenoa arrived in Azania. He was not a king nor a renowned warrior. He was a storyteller, a musician, and a traveler, his heart filled with the songs of the wind and the tales of faraway lands. He carried no weapons, only a lute carved from the wood of a sacred acacia tree and a spirit as bright as the morning star. He wore simple clothes woven from the fibers of the raffia palm, and his feet were bare, accustomed to the feel of the earth beneath them. When Chenoa heard about Princess Aena, he was not drawn to her strength or her power. He was captivated by the stories of her kindness, her compassion, and her gentle spirit. He sought her out, not on the battlefield, but in the quiet gardens where she often retreated to find solace. He found her there, sitting beneath the shade of a giant acacia tree, reading from a scroll of ancient poetry. He told her stories of faraway lands, of talking animals and mischievous spirits, of brave heroes and cunning tricksters. He sang her songs of love and loss, of joy and sorrow, his voice as soothing as the gentle rain after a long drought. He spoke of the stars and the moon, of the cycles of nature, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Aena, who had never experienced such gentle attention, found herself drawn to Chenoa's warmth and sincerity. His words were like a balm to her soul, soothing the weariness of her heart. They spent hours together, sharing stories, dreams, and laughter. Aena discovered a side of herself she had never known, a vulnerability and tenderness that had been hidden beneath her warrior's exterior. Chenoa saw beyond her strength. He saw the woman within, the woman who longed for love and connection. He saw her spirit, her intelligence, and her gentle heart. Their bond deepened with each passing day. They explored the hidden waterfalls in the mountains, walked through the whispering grasslands, and shared meals under the vast African sky. Chenoa taught Aena the songs of his travels, and she taught him the legends of her people. He learned the intricate rhythms of her heart, and she learned the melodies of his soul. The day came when Chenoa, as custom demanded, had to face Aena in battle. The entire kingdom gathered to witness the spectacle. Aena, her heart heavy, stood ready, her spear gleaming in the sun. Chenoa, holding only his lute, approached her with a gentle smile. The crowd murmured, wondering what this unarmed storyteller could possibly do against the mighty warrior princess. He did not raise a sword, nor did he attempt to strike her. Instead, he began to play his lute. The melody was soft and haunting, filled with the stories of their shared moments, of their laughter and their dreams. He sang of her kindness, her compassion, her beautiful spirit. He sang of the love that had blossomed between them, a love that was stronger than any weapon. Aena, her spear trembling in her hand, felt her resolve melting away. The music touched her heart, reminding her of the love she had found in Chenoa's gentle soul. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring her vision. She saw not a warrior to defeat, but the man she loved, the man who had shown her the true meaning of love and connection. She lowered her spear, not in defeat, but in surrender to the power of love. She had been defeated, not by brute force, but by the strength of Chenoa's heart, by his unwavering belief in her true self. She had won a different kind of victory, the victory of love over fear, of vulnerability over strength. The crowd gasped in surprise. King Zuri, his eyes filled with tears of joy, stepped forward. He had witnessed a battle unlike any he had ever seen, a battle won not with weapons, but with love and humility. He understood the prophecy now. Chenoa had defeated Aena, not with force, but with the strength of his heart. Aena and Chenoa were married, their union a testament to the power of love to conquer all. They ruled Azania together, not as warrior and king, but as partners, their hearts intertwined, their love a beacon of hope and inspiration for their people. Aena, the warrior queen, had found her true strength, not in battle, but in the love of a man who saw her for who she truly was. And Chenoa, the storyteller, had found his greatest story, the story of a love that conquered all. Their reign was marked by peace and prosperity. Aena, with her wisdom and compassion, and Chenoa, with his stories and songs, brought joy and harmony to the kingdom. They established schools where children could learn the ancient traditions and the wisdom of their ancestors. They encouraged trade with neighboring kingdoms, fostering peace and understanding. They cared for the environment, respecting the delicate balance of nature. The legend of Princess Aena, the warrior queen who was defeated by love, became a timeless tale, whispered around campfires and sung